What's my time?
2.41 seconds.
Oh, that's way too slow. It should be way faster. That's why I have this. It's called a short throw shifter, and we're gonna install it in the Miata today and see if it can actually make me any faster. I'm Zach, and this is Money Pit. Let's get short and throwed. Let's start shifting. Let's shift into gear. I don't know, man. Let's get shifting.
That's the worst one yet.
Yeah, it is. Use it. Thanks to Blinkist for sponsoring today's episode of Money Pit. If you like me, you're constantly stuck under the hood of your project car, leaving next to no time for any outside learning. I know there are a ton of things I want to learn about, but I just struggle to make the time. Now, thanks to Blinkist, I'm able to break up my daily routine by listening or reading a full book in as little as 15 minutes. Blinkist breaks down entire best-selling nonfiction book titles into manageable key points, so you're able to read or listen to them in a hyper-condensed period of time. Now, while I'm working on the Miata.
That sounded just like you.
Dude, I finally let my real voice out. Now, while I'm working on the Miata, I just pop in my headphones and listen and learn something new. I've been on a kick of listening to nonfiction books like The Creative Curve and Where Good Ideas Come From, so I'm able to stay creative during these routine times. So go break up your daily routine and learn something new in 15 minutes. Click the link in the description below to download the Blinkist app and get your free 7-day unlimited trial, and if you're interested, you'll get to take 25% off the full membership. Now let's get back to the show. You know, a lot of people think that in order to go faster in your car, you have to make your car faster. But what if I told you you can actually make your car go faster by making yourself faster? Well, one of the places that we can make ourselves a lot faster is in our gear changes. Whoa, forever. So there's obviously some time to be saved right there. All right, so we've got the old tape measure out, and we're gonna roughly measure what the length of the throw from first to second gear on our current stock shifter is. So I've just got the tape measure held up to the front of the shift knob here. First gear, at rest. Second gear, at rest. 3 inches. So we got a 3-inch throw on the front of the shift knob. So that's where a short throw shifter is gonna come into play. Should shorten up our shifts as well as making them a little bit more precise, which will be sweet. But if you just want a shorter shifter, then why not just saw the top of your shifter off and make it shorter? Well, that's not really actually how short throw shifters work. Let me show you. So here we've got our short throw shifter from Miata Roadster, and I just want to take a quick look at what a shifter is. So we've got the upper portion of the shifter, we've got the lower portion of the shifter, and then right here, this ball, this is the fulcrum. So a short throw shifter really is about lengthening the bottom part of the shifter by moving this fulcrum up so that the amount of travel you have to move to effect a shift at the top where the shift knob is shorter. Let me show you a really simple demonstration of the difference between a stock shifter and a short throw shifter with an antenna and an antenna ball. Imagine for a minute that this is a shifter. Imagine this is a stock shifter. So we've got our fulcrum point down here pretty close to the bottom. It's really low, which gives you a lot of leverage, a lot of advantage over this shift so that your shifts are really effortless and really easy and it doesn't take any effort. But all that mechanical advantage means that your shifts are going to be pretty long. It takes a long travel up here to get a pretty short travel on the bottom of the shifter. So a short throw shifter actually just lengthens the bottom portion of the shifter by moving that fulcrum up. So we move that fulcrum up and you can see that it takes a lot less shifting distance to affect the same travel at the bottom of the shifter. So basically it boils down to this. Versus you can tell which one's better. Okay, so for shortening the shifts in the Money Pit Miata, here's what we got. I got Miata Roadster's short throw shifter kit, and it's awesome. It's exactly what a kit should be. It comes with everything. They've thought of it all from start to finish. All the heat shielding, new washers, new hardware, obviously the shifter itself, all the way down to the instructions. It comes with everything. So this should be a really breezy install. But the first part of the install is always getting that stock stuff out. So let's go do that. Okay, so the first thing we need to do to install our short throw shifter is remove the stock long throw shifter. So the first thing I'm gonna do is pop off the shift knob, it just unscrews. Then we'll get this center console out of here, and then we'll keep moving. So in the Miata, we've done the steering wheel so far. So the thing that I touch probably the most is in great shape. Works for me, I love it. So now it's time to focus on the shifter and make it great. Because, you know, when you're driving a car, you shift a lot. And it would be sweet if those shifts were sublime, you know what I mean? So that's what we're after here. Making the things that we interact with on the car awesome. Okay, so now that we're down to the shifter, we're gonna take off this shift boot, which is actually pretty new. We replaced it recently, but now we got another new one. Holy crap. Oh, not too bad. Okay, Eddie, your new boot.
Thanks, bro.
Ah, nice. Look at this old nasty heat insulation.
I'll take that too.
You want it? Okay, all right, all right. I love it. Try to keep, oh, God damn it.
My.
Literally, as I'm saying, I'm gonna try to keep all these on the top side of the car. Well, you know what? We might as well drop all three then, you know? Okay, so now we're down to our shifter setup here, and we just pick it straight up out. Comes out nice and easy, and our turret still has oil in it because I think we filled it up not too long ago. You can see our lower shift cup is on there. We'll be replacing that as well. So time to get this out the car. Oops. So here we can clearly see the change in fulcrum position in the stock shifter versus the short throw shifter. You can see that fulcrum ball is almost all the way at the bottom here on this stock shifter. And then on the aftermarket one, it's moved considerably upwards to make those shifts shorter. So it's really easy to see when you look at it like that. And now we just gonna go put it in the car.
What was that?
What? So in the NA Miata, there's what's called a turret right here that the shifter sits in, and it's actually fluid filled. You just use whatever transmission fluid that you use in your transmission and put it here. They are separate, so it doesn't quite matter too much what fluid you use in here. Now I filled this back up recently, I think when we did the clutch job, so it's fine in there, I'm sure. But the kit even comes with a turkey baster with a little length of hose to suck out the turret fluid so you can replace it. That is thinking ahead. So I figure while we're in here, I might as well replace the turret fluid, even though it's not really gonna get me anything. Okay, that should be enough. So we're gonna drop in our new tip bushing that goes onto the bottom of the shifter, which actually is what drives the gears back and forth. And this is our stock one. Not only do these wear out in this inner diameter here, but mine's also broken. So that does not help with the way shifts feel. So this will be a nice addition. Okay, so now that's down in there like so, and now all we need to do is fill it up with a little bit of trans fluid, cover that thing up. So we've got a new unbroken OEM wave spring included in the kit. This just drops down into the turret and sits on that lower bore. Now we got to go back to the bench and lube up our new bushing, put that thing in, and hell, we're halfway home. I'm just playing dog. Just like so. You see it's just covering up that lower bushing. Perfect. Okay, so these slots match up with, you'll have 1 or 2 pins in the Miata depending on what generation you have. So this slot is going to line up with that pin, just like so. Now we're on top of that wave spring. Now our fulcrum point is ready to meet up with our new shifter. So these pins will meet up with the indents in this bushing down here, like so. And then these holes line up perfectly. We're ready to drop the new short throw shifter in. Before we did that, I lined up this plastic ring here. These indents line up with the slots, which line up with these pins. So it should be ready to drop in. Let's see what happens. That looks nice. It's just nice to replace all these gaskets and the heat insulation. So much heat comes through the shifter area as it was. This is a great day. All right, see if she shifts. Oh my God, it's amazing. Oh, all right, let's keep going. I gotta get a knob on there. We gotta drive this. Okay, so now the boot's in place. Now we can use this reusable zip tie that it comes with. And that is some serious heat insulation. Now I know it maybe looks a little overkill, but this thing lets a lot of heat through the shifter area, and I'm really excited for it to not be so hot right here. So that's it. Now I got to put my center console back on, drop it on top, and then all this will be hidden anyway, so you'll never even know. Let's do it. Ah! Okay, she's in. last thing we got to do is put the knob back on. And we're just going to put the stock one back on for now so we can measure the difference in the overall shift throw, because we were measuring from the shift knob. So if we change the shift knob, we change the measurement. Okay, so we're in first, shift back to second. We were at 3 inches, now we're just under 2. So we've reduced our shift length, we've reduced the throw of our shifter by, what, 33-ish%? A third? That's pretty dang good.
All right. Now it's time for the moment of truth, man.
Oh man, I've been training for this. I don't know if you noticed, but I went inside for like an hour earlier and I was just doing that.
Is that what you're doing on the sim?
Yeah. Oh, on the sim?
Is that what you call it? Are you ready?
Yeah, dude, I'm ready.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
What's my time?
Your time is 1:76.
Yeah, baby! I told you we get under 2 seconds. Well, the proof's in the pudding. I can shift first, second, third, fourth, all the way into fifth at a standstill in under 2 seconds, so it must be better. Nah, obviously that's a bit of a joke. Let's go drive it and see how this thing does. Oh. Let's see how quick we can shift. That's nice. So in my opinion, the biggest benefit of a short throw shifter isn't really how quickly you can get from gear to gear, because that's not really how we shift cars most of the time. The biggest benefit is just how every gear change feels now. It feels so much more crisp, so much more positive. It's got this mechanical click that feels the exact way you want a shifter to feel. And the fact is that when I drive this car, I'm constantly shifting it. So why wouldn't I make that shift feel as good as possible, so that every time I do it, I get a little smile on my face? And that to me is why a short shifter is worth it. It makes every shift better, not just the ones you're banging into gear. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow me on Instagram at Zach Job, follow Donut at Donut Media across all social platforms, and I'll see you guys next week. Wa-bam, baby!